I spent the evening with the radio. Regret the moment that I let you go. A quarrel was such a way of learning so much. I know now that I love you 'cause I need your touch. Hey, hey, reunited 'cause it feels so good. Reunited 'cause we've understood. There's one perfect fit, and sugar, this one is it. We're both are so excited 'cause we've reunited. Hey, hey. You guys, I survived 2 weeks of being sick, and this is the last make for Vintage Vember. So you guys know your girl is back. Woo! It's been a journey on this Vintage Vember tour, and now it's time to wrap it all up with a collaboration with Talisha from Creativity by T. So if that's some content you would like to see, please continue to watch. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you what I created as the last make for Vintage Vember. Yes, I am sad that it's over, but I did a Vintage Vember sewing from the 20s to the 70s all month long for the month of November, and I collaborated with 7 individuals. So this collaboration is with my friend Talisha from Creativity by T. So if you are coming from her channel, thank you so much for watching. But if you are coming from my channel, please go over there to Talisha's channel and see what she created for Vintage Vember after you see this video. All right, so if you are new to the channel, welcome. Hello, Ciao, Guten, Aloha, Hola, Konnichiwa, Gwaan, Sabonani, Shalom, Bonjour, Terve. If you are returning, you guys know the drill. Go get you a quick snack, something to drink. Come on back so we can go ahead and get into this video. So without further ado, and to keep this short, sweet, to the point, keep it cute and keep it sweet, but give you all the deep and give you the news that you can use so you can do this pattern as well. Let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all, wait a minute. Before I forget, let me go ahead and give the shout out. So yes, we're going to do my Vintage Vember shout outs this week. So let's start off with the one and only Miss Raquel at Raquel Sewing Knitting in Asia. So the first photo, she created a peplum top. I'm not going to even try to pronounce the Bengaline peplum top. I'm going to mess it up. So we're going to say it's a peplum top. She also used a New Look 6459 for the pants, and she used Butterick 5926 for the blazer in the first photo. So yes, I love that all white look with a little pop of color. Okay, yes, Miss Raquel. Getting over to the second photo, what she created is the blazer that you are seeing is in a brocade. It's a two-tone brocade blazer. It's Butterick 5920 for that pattern. And then she also paired it with the same peplum top, and then for the pants it's McCall 7415. She created this look in a black scuba. So yes, love it, love it, love it. And Miss Raquel, she was on fire because she created a third look. All right, and this third look that she created is Vogue 8811. Now you guys know that I put this on the patterns that you can use for Vintage Vember. So yes, I am familiar with this pattern. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for Raquel. All 3 of these looks will be put in the drawing for Vintage Vember. Getting over to the next person, which is TT. Yes, baby. All right, so she is at, and I know I'm going to pronounce the handle wrong, but correct me, TT. in a comment or whatever if I say it wrong, but it's T-She-She or Shoo-Shoo, whichever one, right? What she created is a pattern that I actually mentioned once again in the patterns that you can sew for vintage Vember. It is Simplicity 9448, and this is more like a Dicky set style pattern. That's what she created for her contribution to vintage Vember. All right, thank you so much, TT. And the last one is Sally Grace. So Sally Grace created an older vintage pattern. It is Simplicity 1911. It is kind of like one of the authentic original patterns. It's not a reproduction pattern. So Sally Grace, thank you so much. She is at Bayless Blanchy on Instagram as well. So that's all of my shout outs for this week. One individual I want to mention, but it was a reel that she sent to me, is Felicia. She's at Fasolone, Fasloan on Instagram. Thank you so much, Felicia, for tagging me in your vintage Vember so I can shout you out as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get back over to the video. All right, so listen, you guys know that from the thumbnail, I did the same pattern I did last week. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. This is how you maximize your pattern. Even though I wanted to tell you last week, I just couldn't. I just couldn't let you know that it was sitting on my dress form, ready for me to get started, right? So anyway, today we are going to be doing the blouse of Simplicity 8447, which is a 1940s vintage pattern. Now, you guys know I did the pants a few days ago. Well, actually Tuesday, I posted the pants. And you guys love the side button pants. And you guys did not realize that I kind of gave it away in that video, but I didn't give it away. I gave you a little glimpse of Rochelle is making a top too, without saying that I was making a top. So just to give you for context, we're going to get into the pattern description. This pattern is so good, you guys. So if it's not in your local Joann's, and speaking of Joann's, let me just go ahead and tell you the sale. So Simplicity and New Look is on sale until today. When you are seeing this, this is November 26th, Sunday, November 26, 2023. But I am recording this the day before Saturday, November 25th. So the sale ends today as the viewing of this video, November 26th. Simplicity and New Look are on sale for $1.99. Hear me out. JoJo, aka Joann's, will give you grief and give you some trip about the New Look patterns because it's never advertised. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, save yourself the situation of having them scan on those nice, lovely handheld, aka tails-ons is what it's called. Make sure you go up to the register and have the register people scan for you as if you're checking the pattern out. Because sometimes on those tails-ons, it will not tell you the sell price. So take it from me, who always go to Joann's, you know, and tell you guys that even if it's ringing up $2.79, it should come off at the register at $1.99 for New Look. Now, Simplicity, make sure you go and get your winter patterns because I'm heading to the store again for the third time this week to go pick up a few patterns because I did a video, and this is off topic, but we're going to get into the pattern review in just a second. But I did a video that I posted Thursday on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. That I talked about 12 pieces as part of your Thanksgiving break. And in that video, I shared patterns that I didn't even have myself, but they're good and I gotta go get them because we may be doing this for myself. I helped my sister out with her Thanksgiving, plans to her friend's house, and now it's time for me to sew my own wardrobe together for Thanksgiving for next year with a different color palette. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the pattern description for Simplicity 8447. All right, so I kind of gave you the pattern description Tuesday when I did the pants. So I'm just gonna give my own once again, but for the blouse. So view A is the pants. I did that already. I'll go ahead and put the pattern review for the pants in the description box below, as well as on the end screen. So on your way out, you can see that as well. All right. But I'm just going to give my own. So this is a 1940s vintage pattern. View A is the pants. View B is the overalls. And then C and D is your blouse. I did view C, which is the blouse with the hood. I absolutely love it, if I do say so myself. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, I love it. And let's go ahead and get into it. So for this blouse, it has a hood. You also have a back and a front facing that creates that facing that you're going to put the buttons on. Also for the sleeves, you have pleats as well as gathered for the sleeve cuffs. All right. You also have tucks and pleats in the front and the back of the front and back bodice pieces. Now, I love the fact of the sleeves. It came together very, very quickly. I also want to mention that for the bottom, it has a curved hem. So I'm going to show you some pictures here shortly, but it has a curved hem and I like that detail. Now on the pattern envelope, it shows that the model is wearing it tucked in. Now for me, I didn't want that because I wanted to give you a real good look at what it's like if it's not tucked in. Now when I showed the pants, I took it in so you could get a full idea of the pants. This time I wanted you to get a full idea of the top. So that's why I did not tuck it in. All right, let's go ahead and talk about sewing skill level. So this pattern is rated as average. Do I feel this pattern is average? Absolutely. There is no way I could rate this pattern as easy. Now, did I get tripped up whatsoever? Absolutely not. I did not get tripped up on any part of the instruction. The instructions are good, and I'll talk about that here shortly. Let's talk about notion shoes. So for the notion shoes, you only need, I believe, 8? Yes, I did view C, so you need 8 5/8" buttons and a pair of shoulder pads. However, you guys know I don't do shoulder pads. We're not about that life. So I did not use the shoulder pads. The shoulder pads are optional, but you will need 8 5/8" buttons. All right. Let's talk about the fabric used. Now, I'm just going to put the fabric used up on the screen. You can get it from AKA Joann's JoJo. That's where I got the fabric. I talked about it in my fabrics that I'm going to be using for vintage Vember, and you guys love this plaid. Now, I will mention that this is a shirting fabric. It is not a flannel. However, it is hot, okay? Now, because I'm wearing it on a much cooler day here in Orlando, it fits the bill. But I will give you that this fabric right here, baby, it is a little on the thicker side. So using it in the sewing machine, instead of sewing at 2.5 stitch, I did 3.0 on most cases because it was thick and I did not want to break a needle. All right. So that's the tip I'm going to give you. All right. Let's talk about pattern pieces. So for this pattern, I believe I used, let me check for you. So I used pattern piece number 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. 23 and 24. So I think I used like 8 pattern pieces plus the button guide. Now, I did not use pattern piece number 9 and 10, which is the pocket and the pocket band, because I feel like if I put a pocket on here, it's going to get caught up in all the plaid. So I left it off. So I used pattern pieces number 17 through 25. Now, 25 is the buttonhole guide. So really, I only used 8 pattern pieces, which was good. All right. So the pattern pieces you will need is pattern piece 17 through 25, 17 the front, 18 the front interfacing, and make sure pattern piece number 18, you do not cut out of fabric. Now, because when I originally cut, I was still coughing and everything, I cut mine out of fabric and then got towards the end for the cuff and I was like, oh snap, I don't have enough fabric. Yes, I did. Okay. Just make sure pattern piece number 18, if you are doing this, do not cut it out of fabric. You just need to cut it out of interfacing and then fuse it onto the front portion of pattern piece number 17, which is the front. 19 is the back, 20 is the hood, 21 is the hood facing, 22 is the back facing, 23 is the sleeve, 24 is the cuff, and then 25 is the buttonhole guide. All right, so that's all the pieces you need in order to do this pattern. Let's talk about pattern sizing. So in terms of pattern sizing, it comes in 2 envelopes. The first envelope is 6 to 14 and the second envelope is 16 to 24. The size that I cut for this pattern is a size 16. I did not have to do any sizing up at all. I did not have to size up at the bust or the waist, and then I didn't have to size up at the hips, even though it sits right at my hips, all right? A little bit above the hips, actually, but I didn't have to do any sizing up. And I think it's more of the fact that it has pleats and tucks and all that good stuff. I accounted for that when I cut the sides, but if it didn't have that, I would have probably been able to cut the 14 and been good to go. But on this one, I actually cut a size 16, all right? And it fits perfectly, no extra modification. So in terms of modifications, did I make any modifications? Absolutely not. I didn't do any modifications to this pattern. Let's talk about, did it look like the photos or the drawings on the pattern envelope? Yes, it does. I feel that it looks exactly like what the model is wearing in view C. Did I necessarily wanted it to look like that? Absolutely. I was really going for a plaid, but when I seen this pattern, I was like, oh, I like that. And I definitely needed some blue pants to fit into Martika J makes challenge for diabetes, hashtag Let's Sew Blue 2023. So I definitely wanted to do blue pants. And then I actually picked this plaid up. I seen this plaid online. I went to the store, picked it up, and I was like, I'm just gonna look like her in the pattern. So I definitely meant to do that, all right? Let's talk about, are the instructions easy to follow? So I kind of alluded to that already. The instructions are easy to follow. There's not a place where you will get tripped up, but I will say one thing. I don't remember which number it is, but it talks about inside and outside. All right, inside is the wrong side of the fabric. Outside is the right side of the fabric. Just know, so you know, if you see that or you read that on any patterns, that's what it means, right? So you can get tripped up doing your tucks and your pleats. Now, what I say is, if you looked at any of my videos, you know I do my pleats on the right side. And then looking at the direction of the arrows on the pattern piece is the way that I put my pleats. All right, so I have showed that on many occasions and many of the sew-alongs that I do. So just make sure you are doing your pleats to the right side. All right, now let's talk about likes and dislikes. Any dislikes? No, I have no dislikes for this pattern. Everything that I did for this pattern is nothing but love and likes and everything else in between. Like this pattern. This pattern is really good. All right. So if you don't have it, once again, I'm telling you, go get Simplicity 8447. If you cannot find it in your Joann's, please go to Simplicity website, because Simplicity is also on sale on simplicity.com. I'm going to save you some coins and not pay $11.99. I'm sorry, $10.99 plus tax, right? Because it's $3.99. I believe $3 or $4.99 right now on simplicity.com website, plus $7 for shipping, unless you pay $75 on pattern or whatever else on Simplicity website. However, I'm gonna save you some dough. And when I say I'm gonna save you some dough, I'm gonna save you some money, some moolah, okay? Some donados, okay? That's what I'm gonna save you. Anyway, you can get it in PDF. Now, before you say, I am not a PDF girl. Your girl is not a PDF girl either, but I like to say my goings. And if you put on a movie and tape the pattern, it's not as bad. Take it from me, on someone who can't stand PDFs. And I say I can't stand PDF, but here lately, I've been more inclined to buying more PDFs to not have to waste gas, tows, maintenance on the car, right? In order to go to Joann's. But I still been going to Joann's. And if Joann's go out of business, what's going to happen? You go end up getting PDFs or ordering, spending extra money. So I'm just going to say, I would advise you to go to Joann's to look at how many pattern pieces for the pattern. And then if you can find it in your heart to save you some time with Joann's being in store, get you PDF, all right? Especially the older patterns, I would say get PDF. I'm just saying, your girl already told you. Take it how you choose because, you know, I give you the news that you can use so you could go ahead and do what you want to do, all right? Let's talk about first time experiences. All right, so I don't have any first time experience. First, I thought about, have I ever made something with a hood? I did. I actually made a quilted jacket for myself and my daughter during the Disney African Princess collection. You guys love that coat. And let me tell you, I barely get to wear that coat, but that coat took me months to make with quilting an entire coat. I'm going to put a picture up so you can see what I'm talking about. I did, and the pattern for that coat, both of those coats, for my daughter's coat, it was Simplicity 8305, and then my coat was Simplicity 8298. I'll put those both patterns up, so if you want to do this, you do not have to quilt it, but I just found that it was a great detail to do for this quilted jacket. And you guys, it's still in my closet. It will remain in my closet because it took a long time to do that. All right. So moving over to something else, let's talk about what I sew this pattern again. Yes, I want to make this pattern in a solid color. Okay. And I wouldn't say I would use cotton. I would probably still use another shirting fabric because I feel like for the sake of the hood, it needs to have structure. Okay. If you plan on making this in a, you know, broadcloth cotton fabric or whatnot, I would definitely say color block it. Like for the hood, my husband said that he liked the hood right here, but he felt that I should have used some denim. Then after looking in the mirror, when I was trying it on to make sure it fits and everything, y'all, listen, I was like, you know what? Denim would have been hot on this fabric, but I didn't think about it. I just used the scraps from the pants to get the accent or contrast on the collar. All right. Now, another thing that I like, getting back to likes right quick. Do y'all see that? Let me stand up just a second. Do y'all not see that? I matched this plaid all the way across, even the sleeve. If I put the sleeve right next to it, it matched. The back, same thing. And I was like, I didn't even know I did that. So I'm just thankful that everything matched up to the gods. Okay. So I did appreciate that. Let's talk about what I recommend this pattern to others. Do I need to say more? Yes. Yes. Get you this pattern, baby. Yes. Once again, Simplicity 8447. Go get this pattern because it is like Campbell soup good. All right. Let's talk about my pattern rating. So I'm going to give this pattern a 5 out of 5. Y'all, I know you guys are saying like, Rochelle, you've been giving 5 out of 5 for a lot of things. Let me tell you, I give y'all my honest opinion and this one is good. And if you miss out, don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't tell you. Simply because you guys know, if I'm giving you a straight up 5 out of 5, it's because the pattern is that good. Good. All right. Well, that's it for this pattern review. I hope you enjoyed. And the song that I sung, which I'm going to sing a little bit of it now for you guys, is Reunited by Peaches and Herbs. I thought about doing Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive, because I survived like a whole bunch of coughing up a lung. I survived sitting down in front of the camera, putting on makeup. So to do a pattern review, coughing and everything. It was a mess for 2 weeks. But listen, I came through for y'all for the Vintage Vember. I so appreciate each and every one of you guys that struggle with me on every last video for Vintage Vember while I was behind the scenes coughing up a lung. So I did survive that. So I thought about doing that song, but because I just thought about Peaches and Herbs Reunited, because Talisha and I, we was reunited on this one because we have not done a collaboration since June. So it was just perfect to reunite, catch back up, and do a collaboration as well. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. And since you made it this far, do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe button. Also, smash that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So I'll catch you in the next video. And as always, keep sewing, because reunited, because it feels so good. Reunited, because you understood. Now finish it off. See y'all in the next video. Deuces.